Hello and welcome to another Pyland video. In this one we'll be adding the functionality to the other NPCs in this level. So the other two NPCs are going to give the player a script that they can write and the NPCs will run it. So there's two NPCs here, so we'll give them both the same function to run. So let's set their player actions. And so these need to be lambda functions which will be passed to player by the engine. And we'll create a function called NPC script that they will both run, and we just pass the NPC that you're talking to. And also the player that will get passed to it by the engine, so that it knows which player is talking to them, so the NPC can turn to face them and the correct player can be frozen during the dialogue. So we can start outlining the function here. So NPC script takes an NPC and a player. Okay, and we'll also make it so the third NPC does the same thing. So NPC3 and as you can see here, we had to use the lambda notation because we wanted to be able to pass the NPCs ourselves to this function, which we won't be able to do if we just gave the name of a function and didn't explicitly specify the arguments that we're passing. Okay, so let's have the NPC turn to face towards the player. So we've been passed a player and an NPC, so we just get NPC turn to face player, and then we set the player to busy. And now what we want to do is to have the NPCs to give the player a script. So to do this, we use a method in the engine class called showExternalScript. And so it's called this because the player in the game is getting an external script. They're getting a script from someone else to write for them. Okay, and so the first argument we pass is a callback that is run if they click give script. So when you get this external script in the PyScripter, a new tab appears with a star in it. That's the external script. And the run and the speed buttons change to give script and cancel. So we can pass lambda functions that will be called if you click give script or if you click cancel. So here, if they click give script, which is confirm callback, then we want to do two things. We want to let the player move again, and we want the NPC to run this script. So let's do this as a lambda function. So we can just do set the player to not busy again, and then just set the callback of that equal to a lambda function where the NPC will run a specific script. I mean, it doesn't actually matter if one happens after the other. I mean, setting them to busy is pretty instantaneous, but it's just easier for being able to put it all in a single-line lambda function. So we'll set the callback to be making the NPC run the script, and to do this we just call npc.run_script. So this is the method for running scripts for characters in the game. And then we specify the argument script to run, and it expects a numerical value. So if you've played the game, you'll see the tabs in the PyScripter, there's usually up to 9 there, so you'd specify this numerically. And we've allocated the external script to be script 10. So it's always going to be script 10 for NPC scripts. So if they click cancel, then we simply want the player to be able to move again. So we just do player set busy to false. Okay, so these are the first two arguments that showExternalScript takes. And then we can pass some text, and this is the dialogue that will be displayed in the game as with normal dialogue. So this is external dialogue, and let's just have them say, I'll happily run your script if you click give script below. Okay, great. And the last argument we're going to pass here is the object that is going to store this script. So this argument is called script state container, and we'll pass the NPC. So what this means is when you write the script for them, the NPC will store that script as text. And that way when you talk to that NPC again, the same script will be loaded in, so you can adjust that script that you wrote in the first case. Now, in some of our early levels, we actually have the NPCs giving you scripts initially, because you might not have learned to program yet, so they give you broken scripts that you can fix. And if you talk to them again, you want them to be given the same broken script again in case they made a mistake. So if you want that functionality, then instead of passing an object that will store a script that the player has to write from scratch, you instead pass the script init argument. And this takes a lambda function. And this will be run every time they give you the script. So here you might want to insert the same text into the PyScripter every time. So you would just do a lambda function, and you'd call this engine method insert to scripter. And then you would put the text that you want to insert to the scripter here. But that's not what we want in this case. We want the NPCs to store the script that you give them. So we're going to pass the script state container. Okay, so let's save this and I'll give it a run and see how it looks. Okay, so here I've loaded the first level just so I can show you the whole thing as we play through. So we've got to avoid these crocodiles and then step on here, it'll load the next level, and here it is. So we've got all these NPCs here and the crocodiles. So if we talk to this NPC, he says, would you like me to yell at that crocodile? We can say yes. You see he turns, he yells, so that crocodile's moving back and forth now. And we can try saying no to him and it just lets us move around again as we'd expect. And I can press tab to change player, or I can use the icons up here. So I can select this player, and now these are NPC 2 and 3. So if I talk to him, then I can give them a script to run. So you'll see we've got this start up here, so I can give them a script. So let's do move south, so they'll move out of the way. And so I did give script there and they've run it now. And if I talk to them again, see they've stored that same script. So I can click give script. If I click cancel, then they just let me walk around again. So this character now can yell at these crocodiles so that this guy can get through and get to the end of the level. So let's do yell and yell again. So now if I change player, I want to try and get to the end of the level, which is on the other side. So I've got to get past these crocodiles and then script this guy to go all the way to the end. So let's see. Oh, okay. So it turns out I made the level a bit too difficult, and if I wanted to make this a bit simpler, what would I do? I'd probably maybe only have 2 crocodiles and I'd extend the water so I have more time between them being at the shore of the water so that I can get past. But anyway, you get the idea of this level. I hope it's been useful for you and you've found some interesting new features in Pyland, such as scripting other NPCs and dialogue with options and things. So that's it for this tutorial. We're looking forward to seeing what you've all created. We hope you've come up with some really cool ideas. We'd be interested to see what you've done. If you have any problems with anything, don't hesitate to ask and we'll be happy to help you. And for the last time, I'll plug our Twitter account, @Project Pyland, if you want to keep updated, see how the project's going. If you want to contact us, show us your levels, do that. But otherwise, that's it. Thanks for watching.